My beloved child, open your heart to me right now, and let my comforting voice seep into every corner of your weary soul. For I am here to remind you how deeply I cherish you, how I watch over you every moment, and how my steadfast love never wavers, even when storms rage around you and doubts threaten your peace. I am always by your side, ready to hold you in my embrace, even when your eyes cannot see me, and your heart quivers with uncertainty. Nothing can conceal you from my affectionate gaze, for I have engraved your name upon my palm, and I will not forget the promises I have spoken over your life. Take courage and step forward, for when you trust in me, I will strengthen you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Keep your gaze on the light I pour into your path, for I am leading you toward brighter days and fuller joy. My child, remember that I formed you with intention, and I breathed my spirit into you so that you might walk with confidence and dignity wherever you go. Even when you feel small or unworthy, do not despair, for in my eyes you are beyond precious, and I have a purpose for you that extends further than you can see. I know every hair on your head, every beat of your heart, and every trembling desire that stirs within your soul. Do not be afraid of your limitations or shortcomings, for my power flows best through those who admit they need me. Trust that I am molding every trial and every victory into a beautiful tapestry, woven with strands of grace and adorned with my infinite love. In this moment, I call you to settle your spirit, to draw near to me, and to rest in the shelter of my wings, where no harm can truly overtake you, and where perfect peace pushes away fear. When you feel the weight of the world pressing upon your shoulders, pause and remember who I am, for I am the one who spoke the galaxies into existence, the one who divided the seas, and the one who lifts you gently from despair. No burden is too heavy for me to carry, and no valley is so deep that my light cannot shine there. Take a moment to breathe in my calm assurance, for the strength of my presence will uphold you and provide a way of escape from every looming threat. Therefore, do not lose heart when the pressures of life intensify, or when anxious thoughts whisper that you are alone in your struggles, because I am right beside you, whispering peace to your racing mind and protecting you from dangers you sometimes cannot perceive. I behold your tears when no one else is watching, and I store them as a testimony of your resilience and dependence upon me. Trust that I am already crafting a solution to your current trials, and at the perfect time, you will witness the unfolding of my deliverance. Embrace the hope that I have planted within your spirit, for it is the anchor that will keep you steady in the fiercest storms. Know that I delight in you when you turn your thoughts toward me, seeking my counsel and resting in my words. Recognize the spark of my holiness within you, for you are not a mere accident or a random product of chance. I shaped you in the stillness of eternity, intending for you to reflect my light, share my compassion, and spread my grace wherever you tread. Though you may stumble or fall short of perfection, I invite you to come closer, to place your faltering steps into my sure path, so I can guide you into places of safety and growth. No wanderer is ever lost in my sight, for I search tirelessly for you whenever you drift and celebrate joyously when you find your way back to me. I see those moments when sleep eludes you because you worry about your family's well-being, your finances, and your future. I perceive the silent cries that echo in your heart when you fear tomorrow's uncertainties, and I want you to know that not one of those tears goes unnoticed. My child, do not fear what tomorrow holds, for I am the one who holds tomorrow, and every event unfolds under my watchful eye. I will carry you through these uncertainties with my divine strength, and if you will only let me, I will transform your fear into faith, your doubts into courage, and your insecurity into unshakable confidence. Do not believe the voices that suggest you are unworthy or unlovable, for such lies attempt to mask the truth of who you truly are. My cherished creation, called forth to live a life marked by hope and joy. Refuse the burden of condemnation, for I have taken your shame upon myself and nailed it to the cross of redemption. Instead, clothe yourself in the garment of forgiveness and grace I freely offer you, allowing the shadows of regret to melt away beneath the brightness of my mercy. I will not forsake you in your struggles, and I will not condemn you for your mistakes, because my heart yearns to see you flourish in the fullness of my everlasting care. Think of yourself as a tree planted by the living waters I provide. Even in seasons of drought, your roots can dig deeper into the soil of my truth, and your leaves will remain green, fed by the steady flow of my provision. When you face times of dryness or feel the pang of disappointment, come to me, and I will restore your soul like refreshing rains that awaken parched land. Lean into my promises, for I have never spoken a word that will fail or a vow that I will not keep. My faithfulness is older than the mountains and more steadfast than the rising sun, and I will watch over you with unwavering tenderness every single day of your life. I know that sometimes your spirit trembles at the thought of sudden calamities, or your heart aches with the pain of shattered plans, but you must understand, my precious child, that I waste nothing in your journey, and through every valley and mountaintop, I am molding you into a vessel of honor and strength. Take solace in the knowledge that even your disappointments can become the seedbed for miracles and blessings if you place them in my hands. Release your anxieties into my keeping, and I will lead you on a path lined with purpose and crowned with hope. Today, choose to believe that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can separate you from my unfailing love. Yes, I fully understand the battles you face, from the smallest struggles over your daily responsibilities to the crushing giants that loom over your dreams. I have witnessed every inner conflict, every heartbreak, and every temptation that tries to lure you away from the peace I long to give you. Know that you are not alone, for I walk beside you, I fight for you, and I cover you with my almighty protection. When you sense the warmth of a new dawn, remember that it is my gentle reminder of grace washing over the darkness. And when you see a rainbow emerge after a storm, remember it is a reminder of my promises that endure beyond every trial. Let me be your shield when arrows of doubt or adversity are aimed at your heart. Let me be your strong tower when fierce winds threaten to topple your confidence. I am the everlasting fortress where you can find refuge from all that tears at your peace. When you rely on me, you will discover that no enemy can stand against the power I wield on your behalf. Cling to my reassurance, for I have declared, I will protect you, I will guide you, and I will bring you safely through. And I have never spoken a word in vain. Rest in my sovereignty, and let your spirit find stillness in my presence. I see your longing for stability, for a future in which your children prosper, your work is secure, and your relationships flourish. I see the fire in your soul that yearns for purpose and the unspoken prayers that crave a breakthrough. Believe that I, the author of time itself, have placed an extraordinary destiny before you, and if you walk hand in hand with me, you will watch that destiny unfold like a masterpiece in progress. Do not measure your potential by the world's standards, or compare your path to that of others, for I fashioned you uniquely to shine in your own God-given realm. Today, take a bold step of faith, trusting that I will magnify each stride you take toward my will. Indeed, I am opening doors you cannot yet perceive. Some are doors leading to new opportunities, fresh beginnings that will allow you to blossom in ways you never thought possible. Other doors are meant to close behind you, shutting out the past regrets and toxic influences that once trapped your spirit, leaving you free to walk in divine liberty. So, do not cling to what is familiar if I prompt you to walk a new path. Do not be dismayed if you find certain chapters ending or relationships shifting, for I orchestrate all things in your favor when you hand me your heart without reservation. My child, if you desire a closer connection with me, speak to me in the quiet moments of your day, when the world's clamor settles, and your heart is open to hearing my gentle whisper. Share with me your joys, your hopes, and also your insecurities and fears, for I do not require eloquent words or grand ceremonies. I only yearn for authenticity, a raw, honest conversation that reveals your truest self. Even your sighs reach my ears, and when words fail, my spirit intercedes for you with groanings that cannot be uttered. So never hesitate. Draw near to me and watch how my comfort permeates every fiber of your being. Do not fear that your prayers are too small or too mundane, for I care about every detail of your life, from the minor aches that trouble you physically to the grand visions you hold for your loved one's future. Lay it all at my feet. This is where burdens are lifted and hearts find rest. Trust that I listen without judgment, delighting in your trust whenever you confide in me. Turn your heart heavenward and let your petitions rise like incense before my throne, for my response is always shaped by perfect wisdom, infinite compassion, and a timing that surpasses human understanding. Be patient, and in due course, you will discern my fingerprints on every answered prayer. When despair tries to gain a foothold in your mind, remember the stories of those who found victory through unwavering faith. Recall Moses standing before the parted sea, David defeating giants with a single stone, or Esther rising courageously to deliver her people. Their triumphs were never about human strength or cunning. They depended entirely upon my grace and guidance. So it is with you. If you place your trust in my hands, I will lead you along a journey peppered with miracles you never anticipated. Surrender your fears to me, and learn to see obstacles not as signposts of defeat, but as invitations to witness my power in action. And so, my precious one, let this day mark a turning point where you no longer bow under the weight of dread and uncertainty, but instead stand tall in the knowledge that I am your steadfast Father and your guiding light. In the hush of your soul, I plant seeds of peace that will blossom in time, spreading the fragrance of hope wherever you go. There is no chaos too wild for me to tame, and no heartbreak so dire that I cannot heal. Take my hand and step forward, confident in my watchful eyes, for together we will navigate every twist and turn until you arrive safely at the shores of victory. Think back to the moments in your life when you felt a surge of joy or a sense of inexplicable calm in a difficult season. Those were my subtle reminders that I am intimately involved in your journey. Do you recall times when a stranger's kindness uplifted your spirit, or a seemingly random event brought you exactly what you needed at the right time? That was no accident. I orchestrate these divine appointments to encourage you and to show you that my care is both personal and profound. Revisit these experiences when doubts creep in, for they serve as tangible evidence of my faithfulness. I know your heart craves lasting fulfillment, something beyond fleeting pleasures or momentary relief. True fulfillment is found when you embrace my purposes for your life, allowing my word to light your steps and direct your decisions. Let me speak to you through Scripture, revealing timeless truths that will anchor your convictions and shape your aspirations. My words have the power to illuminate the darkest corners of your mind, unchain you from destructive habits, and strengthen you with courage for every challenge. Feast on my promises, and you will find nourishment for your soul, a steady reminder that you are cherished beyond measure. When your soul feels parched and your spirit languishes in a seemingly endless desert, do not lose heart. The desert is not your final destination. Rather, it is often a place of preparation and refining, where I teach you to rely on my provision rather than your own. In those dry seasons, open yourself to the living waters of my grace, for I long to quench your thirst and refresh your entire being. Consider how the wilderness shaped the faith of my servants in days of old, and let their stories guide you to deeper trust in my abiding presence. You will emerge from this season stronger, purer, and more confident in my unyielding love. There will be times when you are tempted to question my ways or misunderstand my timing, especially when the miracle you crave seems delayed. Yet remember, my beloved, that I see the whole picture while you glimpse only fragments of the puzzle. I have reasons for every delay, and I work all things together for your ultimate good, even if the current season feels bleak or confusing. Keep pressing forward in faith, for I assure you that nothing is wasted when you walk with me. The seeds sown in tears will, in due time, bring forth a harvest of rejoicing, and your heart will overflow with gratitude for my perfect orchestration. Do not allow failures, whether real or perceived, to define your identity. You are not your mistakes, nor are you bound to the errors of your past, for my mercy cleanses you and grants you a fresh start with each new dawn. Even the greatest saints encountered stumbling blocks and moments of weakness, but their reliance on my power propelled them to heights they never would have reached by their own efforts. So when guilt tries to chain you, call upon my name and watch those chains break. I died to set you free, and I rose again so that you might walk in the light of redemption, forever unshackled from condemnation. In times when relationships strain and tensions arise with those you hold dear, invite me into the center of those conflicts, and I will guide you toward reconciliation and healing. My heart aches when I see you separated by misunderstandings or imprisoned by bitterness, for I created you to love one another as I have loved you. If forgiveness feels daunting, remember that my grace is sufficient to soften the hardest hearts. Take the first step toward unity, and trust that I will mend what seems irreparably broken. My power can transform even the most difficult situations into testimonies of my restorative hand, so let go of resentment and embrace the tenderness I offer. I also encourage you, my cherished child, to remain vigilant against the subtle temptations that lure your heart away from my truth. The glimmer of worldly promises may shine brightly, but their light is fleeting, and they rarely deliver genuine contentment. Keep your sight fixed on my eternal perspective, for in my arms you find a peace that the world cannot give and a love that outlasts every material treasure. Do not be swayed by false idols that promise quick fixes or immediate gratification. Instead, immerse yourself in my heart, where true joy, abounding grace, and abiding strength await those who seek me wholeheartedly. When you tremble at the thought of what lies ahead, recalling painful memories or anticipating unfamiliar challenges, hear me whisper, "Fear not, for I am with you." This is not a shallow reassurance, but a profound truth anchored in my unchangeable character. I walk before you, preparing the road and clearing obstacles that you might never know existed. You, my child, are covered by the shadow of my wings, and every breath you take is under my watchful care. If you will look to me, you will find that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to trust my power even when fear knocks at your door. Embrace the stillness that emerges when you fix your heart on who I am, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and Omega, your everlasting refuge and friend. In that sacred place of fellowship, my spirit revitalizes your soul, restoring lost hope and mending the bruises inflicted by life's trials. When the chaos of the world tries to sweep you off your feet, remember that nothing can shatter the fortress I have built for you in my presence. Allow my light to dispel every anxious shadow, for I am the lamp to your path, guiding you gently but firmly toward triumph, day by day. Child, I urge you to guard your mind and heart with the armor I provide, faith, righteousness, and the power of my living word. The darts of discouragement and despair may come, but they cannot penetrate a soul fortified by my truth. Choose each day to fill your thoughts with what is noble, pure, and worthy of praise, for in doing so, you align yourself with my divine perspective. Do not dwell on negative whispers that erode your sense of worth, but let my affirming voice remind you of your purpose and significance. I designed you for victory, to shine like a beacon of hope in the midst of darkness. I fully comprehend the longing you have to see tangible change in your circumstances, the desire for breakthroughs in health, finances, and relationships. My promises remain true, and my arm is not shortened that I cannot save. However, never doubt that my definition of goodness might differ from what the world's lens reveals. Sometimes I use trials to refine your character or redirect your path. Though it may be difficult in the moment, trust that my intentions for you are consistently rooted in love. Cling to this unwavering fact. I am for you, and my plans for you are of peace and prosperity, a future blossoming with hope. See yourself as the one lost sheep for whom I leave the 99 to find. When you wander onto dangerous paths, I, your shepherd, go searching to carry you home upon my shoulders, rejoicing over your safe return. Let this be your constant reassurance. I will not abandon you in your confusion or fail to seek you out when darkness shrouds your way. My arms remain ever open, no matter how far you feel you have strayed, and nothing can diminish my eagerness to welcome you back into the fold. Understand that I celebrate every moment you draw near, and I sing over you with delight because you are cherished beyond measure. In every chapter of your life, whether marked by blossoming hopes or deep sorrows, my grace abounds more and more. Whenever your heart feels torn by grief or riddled with anxiety, remember that I am the comforter who mends the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Lean into me as you would lean on a mighty rock, unmovable by the fiercest torrents of water. My steadfastness is your anchor in the storm, and my light is the spark that will guide you even in the midnight hour. You never have to journey alone, for my presence is an ever-present help to those who place their trust in my holy name. I know you yearn to see me move in miraculous ways, to heal diseases, to restore broken families, and to set captives free from addictions or oppressive burdens. Take heart, for I am still the miracle worker, the one who transforms impossible situations. However, do not limit my ways to your expectations alone. Sometimes the real miracle is the strength I develop in you through the struggle. Often, the healing I bring begins deep inside your spirit, before it manifests in outward transformation. Keep praying and keep believing, for my power can do immeasurably more than you can ask or even think to request. Let me remind you to rejoice in the small victories along the way, every sign of growth, every glimmer of hope, and every step forward in faith. These moments are precious milestones of your journey, tokens of my unwavering kindness. Just as a seed takes root before it bursts through the soil, so do my plans often sprout beneath the surface of your circumstances, unseen by the human eye. Therefore, do not grow weary in waiting. When the time is right, you will see the full bloom of what I have been cultivating, and your heart will be filled with gratitude and awe. Look around and see how nature itself testifies to my wisdom and constant care. The sun does not fail to rise each morning, the flowers bloom in their appointed season, and the birds are provided with sustenance, though they neither sow nor reap. How much more then do I care for you, my beloved child, whom I have crowned with dignity and honor? If I feed the sparrows and clothe the lilies with splendor, you can be certain that I will meet your needs as you walk in obedience to my word. Let every sunrise be a reminder of the new mercies I pour out upon you each day. When you find yourself striving tirelessly for approval, recognition, or possessions that fail to satisfy your deeper longing, pause and rediscover the serenity of walking in my grace. Come to me in silence and allow me to calm your racing mind. Remember that your worth is not determined by achievements or accolades, but by the simple yet profound reality that you are mine and I am yours. Every gift and talent you possess is a reflection of the creativity I wove into your being, and I take pleasure in seeing you develop these abilities to serve others and to glorify my name. Stay humble, remain teachable, and never lose sight of the true source of every blessing. Occasionally, your journey may require you to step into the unknown, to leave behind familiar surroundings, or to release certain habits that hinder your growth. When these transitions appear daunting, do not shrink back, for I go before you, smoothing the jagged edges and clearing the path of stumbling blocks. Every act of obedience, even if it feels small, reverberates with eternal significance. Keep your hand tucked in mine, for when I open doors, no one can shut them, and when I close doors, trust that it is for your protection. There is a grand tapestry being woven in your life, and each obedient step contributes a vital thread to the masterpiece. My heart brims with compassion when I see you wrestling with affliction, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. I do not delight in your suffering, but I do allow seasons of adversity to refine the gold in you. Think of a potter's wheel spinning and shaping the clay into a vessel fit for honorable use. That is the process I am doing within you, molding your heart through trials into a testimony of triumph. When the heat intensifies, know that I am present in the midst of the flame, ensuring you are not consumed. Instead, you will emerge purified, testifying to my sustaining grace and never-failing provision. Let me speak to your weariness, to the part of you that feels burdened by cares, overwhelmed by responsibilities, and stretched beyond your limits. I offer you my rest, the kind that transcends physical rejuvenation and restores your innermost self. In the hush of my presence, you will discover the invitation to release every worry that drags you down. I will guide you on how to balance work with the sacred pause needed to refresh your spirit. Do not feel guilty for stepping away to be alone with me. Cherish these moments of solitude, for they are the fertile ground where strength is renewed, convictions are fortified, and your perspective is aligned once again with eternal truths. Take solace in my word, where I have woven stories and teachings throughout ages to demonstrate my unchanging character. From the promise given to Abraham to the deliverance provided through Jesus, I have proven time and again that I do not abandon those who put their trust in me. Learn from their examples, be inspired by their unwavering faith, and recognize that I am the same God who led the Israelites through the wilderness with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. I have never withheld my guidance from those who seek it, and I will illuminate your path just as clearly, though it may come through small nudges in your heart rather than pillars in the sky. I also want you to remember that your identity in me is far more significant than any role you occupy in life. Whether you are a parent, a spouse, an employee, a student, or a leader, these are hats you wear, but at your core, you are my beloved child. This core identity gives you the freedom to serve, love, and create without fear of losing yourself in the process. It liberates you from the crushing weight of trying to earn my approval through performance, because I have already called you acceptable in my sight. Embrace that truth, and let it color every action, word, and thought you entertain. Seasons of change will come, and with them, the winds of uncertainty. At times, the life you have grown accustomed to will transform in unforeseen ways, leaving you unsure of how to proceed. But my dear one, do not panic. My arm remains stretched out to lift you up onto higher ground. Out of these changes, new blossoms can sprout, dreams you never allowed yourself to consider, relationships that nurture your heart, and revelations of my love that leave you in awe. Lean into my presence when you stand at the crossroads, and I will direct you onto the path that aligns with my perfect plan for you. Be mindful, too, of the subtle ways bitterness can take root. If you harbor resentment or carry lingering offenses, that bitterness becomes a tangled vine, choking the joy and peace I intend for your life. I counsel you to let forgiveness flow as freely as the mercy I have granted you. This isn't about denying the hurt or pretending everything is fine, but rather releasing the burden that only poisons you from within. Offer up the pain to me, place each wound in my hands, and watch how I will heal them over time. Freedom lies not in seeking revenge or closure from others, but in entrusting every injustice to my just and righteous care. When you face the limitations of your own strength, rejoice, because in that moment, you can witness my power made perfect. So often, people assume they must handle life on their own, carrying burdens far too heavy for their frail shoulders. Let go of the notion that you must always be in control, and invite my supernatural might into your weakness. Dare to believe that I can accomplish more through your surrender than through your striving. Reach out in prayer, simply call my name, and see the wonders I perform when you yield control. My grace rushes into those cracks where you feel depleted, fortifying your spirit with supernatural resilience. Hope is not a vague wish, but a confident expectation rooted in my promises. No matter how dark the night, dawn inevitably comes, bathing the horizon in warmth and light. So it is with your spirit. You may endure moments of sorrow that seem endless, but joy will break forth like the morning sun when you place your faith in me. Rely on my steadfastness in those dark hours, leaning heavily on my shoulders, for I will never falter under your weight. Keep your eyes trained on the rising promise of a new day, because I vow to see you through until your night fades into radiant hope. Consider my parable of the sower who scattered seeds upon different types of soil. Let your heart be the fertile ground where my truths can take root and flourish. When the cares of this world or the deceitfulness of riches threaten to choke out the seed, remember that your sustenance does not come from these temporal things, but from the life-giving presence of my Spirit. Tend to your heart diligently, removing the weeds of negativity and doubt. Drench your soul in prayer, worship, and the study of my word, and watch the harvest of righteousness and peace blossom, yielding fruit not only for your benefit, but for the encouragement of many. I understand that you are sometimes weighed down by regrets, wishing you could rewrite chapters of your past. Release these regrets into my capable hands, for I am a God of redemption, able to restore the years that have been lost. The failures you lament can become the very testimonies that bring hope to others who walk similar paths. Permit me to weave these threads of your story into a tapestry that glorifies my name and extends grace to everyone you encounter. Lift up your head, child, for you are not defined by what happened yesterday, but by the calling I place upon you for today and tomorrow. Do not shy away from community, for I have designed my children to walk this journey of faith together, bearing each other's burdens and rejoicing in each other's victories. Seek out a fellowship of believers who will encourage you, challenge you, and serve alongside you. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I dwell among them, and my power multiplies in their unity. Resist the lie that you must handle every struggle in isolation. Share your heart, and you will discover the beauty of mutual support, where my love flows freely through hands and voices that uplift each other. You will find that genuine connection strengthens your spirit and fortifies your resolve. Take care also to immerse your mind in my perspective rather than the world's negativity. Media, gossip, and pessimistic voices may clamor for your attention, spouting reasons to despair or to distance yourself from hope. Instead, submerge yourself in the refreshing current of my truths. Fill your ears with worship, your eyes with scripture, and your heart with gratitude for the blessings I've already poured out. By choosing to focus on what is honorable and uplifting, you shut out the clanging noise that seeks to sow discouragement in your spirit. Let my word be the filter through which you perceive reality, transforming your thoughts into life-affirming declarations of faith. Reflect on the life of my Son, who walked among you, felt your pain, healed your sicknesses, and offered himself as the ultimate sacrifice so that you might be reconciled to me. His willingness to bear the cross is the highest manifestation of my boundless love for you. Whenever you doubt your worth or my devotion, look to the cross. There, you see the evidence that I would go to unimaginable lengths to rescue you. The cross stands not as a symbol of defeat, but of victory. Death was conquered, and the path to eternal life was secured for all who believe. Gaze upon it, and let it melt every doubt of my commitment to you. You wonder if you have what it takes to fulfill the tasks and responsibilities that lie before you. Let me assure you that everything you require, strength, wisdom, patience, and perseverance, flows from my unending supply. You do not stand alone in your endeavors. I partner with you, equipping you for every good work, breathing my spirit into your soul so that you perform not by might nor by power, but by the essence of my presence within you. Lean on me daily, moment by moment, and your weakness will be overshadowed by the fullness of my grace, making the impossible suddenly possible. Stay open to surprises, to the gentle ways I break through your day with reminders of my nearness. A timely song, a random act of kindness from a stranger, or an unexpected solution to a problem that troubled your heart. These are my love notes, affirming that I see you, know you, and care about the nuances of your life. When such moments arise, pause to offer thanks. Gratitude cultivates a posture of expectancy, unlocking your ability to perceive my hand at work in every circumstance. Let your thanksgiving ascend to my throne like sweet incense, and you will find that joy takes root in even the most challenging seasons. I want to remind you that you are never invisible to me. In a world that often overlooks the quiet, the broken, or the unassuming, I notice every act of kindness you perform, every tear you shed in compassion, and every sacrifice you make for the sake of others. Your faithfulness in small things resonates in eternity. Understand that your generosity, your prayers, and your readiness to lend a helping hand reflect my heart, shining a beacon for those lost in despair. Whenever you feel unseen, remember that I, the Lord of all creation, never overlook the beauty of your willingness to show love and mercy. Though I am all-powerful and majestic beyond human comprehension, I am also your closest friend, the one who hears the faintest whisper of your prayers. I care about the smallest joys that light up your eyes and the simplest sorrows that weigh down your spirit. My heart melts with compassion for you, and I laugh alongside you in moments of delight. I dwell not in distant, untouchable realms, but right here in the depths of your heart. My spirit abides within you, guiding you into all truth, comforting you in loneliness, and reminding you that you are loved beyond measure. Let this closeness become your firm foundation. When the storms of life assail you from every direction, picture yourself in a boat upon a raging sea. The winds howl and waves threaten to capsize you. Now see me standing by your side, speaking to the tempest. Peace, be still. In a single moment, turmoil becomes tranquility. Such is my capacity to command circumstances, to speak calm into chaos. Trust my power and do not be shaken by the storm. Know that even if the waves persist for a season, you are secured by my presence, and not a single wave can tear you from the hold of my almighty hand. I know it might seem as if the world is enveloped in darkness, marked by injustice, cruelty and selfishness. Yet I have commissioned you to be the light, shining with kindness, forgiveness, and truth in every sphere of influence. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of your faithfulness. Each prayer you utter, each act of love you show, illuminates the shadows around you. When you feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of the world's pain, remember that I am the ultimate source of hope, and as you link your heart to mine, we shine more brilliantly than you could ever imagine. You are part of my grand plan to infuse light into the darkest corners. If you ever doubt the depth of my involvement in your life, pause and consider how intricately I have knit you together, down to the unique blueprint of your DNA. From the texture of your hair to the dreams that fill your mind, every aspect of you was carefully designed to reflect facets of my glory. Understand that your individuality is not a random occurrence, but a purposeful expression of my creativity. Relish in who you are, my dear child, knowing that I crafted you with intention, and celebrate the beautiful personality traits, gifts, and even quirks that set you apart. These are all threads woven into the tapestry of your destiny. I have not called you to walk a path of constant ease or superficial pleasures. Rather, I have invited you into the richness of a journey where intimacy with me grows as we face life's challenges together. In the pressing and the crushing, new wine emerges, fragrant with depth and maturity. Do not be alarmed if you face seasons of refining. Instead, allow those periods to bring you closer to my heart. You will find that perseverance has a way of developing your character, revealing hidden strengths you never knew existed, and drawing you deeper into my unending grace. Let your worship rise to me, not merely in songs or words, but in the posture of your heart throughout the day. Whether you are washing dishes, tending to loved ones, completing tasks at work, or studying for exams, do it unto me. Such simple acts of devotion transform ordinary routines into sacred offerings. Every time you pause to acknowledge my presence, to thank me for my goodness, or to surrender a worry, you are participating in a continuous conversation of love. This is what I desire, that you abide in me, just as a branch remains connected to the vine, drawing life from the very source of all nourishment. Recall the story of the prodigal son who wandered far from his father's house, squandering his inheritance and sinking into despair. Yet, when he returned, the father ran to meet him, clothed him with a robe, placed a ring on his finger, and held a grand celebration. So it is with you. No matter how far you think you've strayed, my compassion knows no bounds, and my arms are always ready to embrace you. All you need to do is take a step in my direction, and you will see me rushing forward to welcome you home. Let no shame keep you from returning to me, for I delight in restoring you to your rightful place in my household. Do not dread the refining fires, for within them I am forging resilience and shaping you for greater glory. Just as precious metals are purified, so too does your faith emerge radiant after seasons of testing. Cling to my promise that I will never allow you to be tempted or tried beyond what you can bear, but with every challenge, I provide a way to stand firm. Look past the flames to the refined beauty that arises. Lift your eyes above the furnace and find me there, orchestrating each detail with precision, turning what the enemy intended for harm into the very catalyst for your destiny. I encourage you to delight in the present. Do not let tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets rob you of the joys I have placed before you today. Celebrate each breath, each sunrise, each chance to share a smile or a kind word. I have sprinkled beauty throughout your daily life, hoping you will discover my fingerprints in the laughter of children, the warmth of a hug, the delicate pattern on a flower's petal, or the soothing comfort of gentle rain. Each of these gifts is a clue pointing you back to my love, reminding you to live with open hands and an open heart. Receive today's mercies and trust that more will greet you tomorrow. You are permitted to dream, to envision greatness in alignment with my heart. Let your prayers be bold and your faith be steadfast. You are not an afterthought in my story, but an essential participant. Perhaps you've hesitated to dream because of past disappointments, but I say to you, dare to hope again. Allow me to resurrect dreams you deemed impossible, to spark fresh vision in places that seem barren. Just as seeds lie dormant through winter only to burst forth in springtime, so will your God-inspired aspirations bloom when nourished by the water of my word and the light of my assurance. When life's waves threaten to drown you in despair, call upon my name, and I will stretch out my hand. Understand that I do not delight in seeing you struggle aimlessly, but I do allow trials to shape you into a reflection of my Son's enduring faith. Even when you feel you're sinking, I am there to steady your feet upon the waters. Let your cries for help be a testament to your reliance on my strength rather than your own. Learn to rest in the knowledge that I am near, that I see every need, and that I will respond to the sincere pleas of my children in ways that transcend human reasoning. In moments of confusion, breathe in my peace, for I am not a God of disorder, but of perfect alignment. If ever you find yourself torn between two choices, come to me. Let my spirit quiet the swirling chaos in your mind. As you immerse yourself in prayer, I will clarify the path I have ordained for you. Sometimes the answer may arrive gently, in an inspired thought or a sense of calm conviction. Other times, circumstances align like puzzle pieces snapping into place. However I choose to guide you, stay attentive to my leading, for I will direct your steps as you lean not on your own understanding, but trust fully in my wisdom. Receive my grace now, not through your own merit, but as a free gift bestowed by my love. This grace is the power that enables you to live victoriously, to forgive extravagantly, and to love unconditionally. It covers your shortcomings and propels you toward the destiny I shaped for you. Rest in the finished work I accomplished for you and allow gratitude to flood your heart. Let go of performance-based striving, for I have already purchased your freedom. Accept my unmerited favor with joyful humility, knowing that it not only saves you from condemnation, but also empowers you to grow in righteousness day by day. As you contemplate the future, remember my words of promise. I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Though these words were penned ages ago, they reverberate through time, applying to every heart that trusts in me. My blueprint for your life is interwoven with hope, purpose, and overflowing blessings. Even in the trials, I weave threads of redemption. Even in the delays, I am orchestrating perfect timing. Continue to surrender each plan, each anxiety, each moment of anticipation to me, for I carry your tomorrows with loving care. Never doubt my nearness, for I dwell within your very being, and I saturate your environment with my presence. Yes, the adversities may rage, but so does my passion for you. My beloved child, your name is etched in my heart, and my covenant with you is unbreakable. I cherish the communion we share, the times you lift your hands in worship, the moments you humbly bow in prayer, and even the quiet sighs that no one else hears but me. Through every season, I am steadfast, I am here, and I will always be the same. Your loving Father, your steadfast King, your eternal light in the darkness. So, my dear one, look ahead with faith. The mountains before you may appear daunting, but I have equipped you to conquer them. The valleys may be dim, yet my rod and my staff will comfort you. In the bleakest nights, remember that the darkest hour is just before dawn, and the brilliance of daylight will break forth suddenly, flooding your life with clarity and joy. Stand firm in faith, press onward in hope, and walk confidently in love. knowing that my grace encompasses you entirely. Let this knowledge propel you into each new day, assured that I walk every step with you, leading you from glory to glory. Now, as we draw toward the close of this conversation, I reiterate my unwavering affection for you. No matter how your mind might wander, no matter how your heart might wrestle, my love stands unmovable like a mighty fortress. I beckon you to rest in my arms, to trust in the plans I have laid out since before the foundations of the world were formed, and to let my word be the lamp that illuminates your every decision. You are secure in the palm of my hand, and nothing, not height nor depth, not life nor death, can tear you away from the fervent hold of my faithful grip. I bless you with my peace, the peace that surpasses all understanding and guards your heart and mind. Take it with you into every conversation, every task, every uncharted territory, and watch how it transforms your perspective and your relationships. You are an emissary of my kingdom, called to carry my light into every place you dwell. Be bold and gentle, humble yet unwavering, for my spirit energizes you with divine confidence to accomplish all I set before you. I have established your footing so that you do not stumble in the day of adversity. Finally, do not forget this paramount truth. The very best lies ahead, for I continuously unfold my goodness in your life. Expect testimonies of restoration, believe in upcoming miracles, anticipate breakthroughs, and cling to the conviction that I work all things together for your good. When you look back on this moment, you will marvel at how I arranged every circumstance, turning challenges into stepping stones and tears into streams of blessing. Carry my words in your heart, keep your eyes fixed on my face, and hold on to hope with unwavering resolve. You are covered by my love, sheltered under my wings, and guided by my wisdom forever and always. Go forward, my precious child, for I am with you now and unto the end of time.